Troy in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. But call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo Better, looking Mo Better. And I'm going to show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses when I cut the Transition Signature Generation 8 gray lenses with Crizal Alize for one of my favorite fun frames. This is the RayBan 2132 New Wayfarer, color 789, and the 52 eye size. That is the, of course, I'll show it to you. Let me take everything out of the original packaging. Your Italian leather RayBan case. All the junk mail that comes with it, your RayBan cleaning cloth, and junk mail in many languages, because you just don't get enough junk mail in your mailbox now, so they put it in your eyeglass case. And of course, the star of the show, the main attraction, the color 789, which is the blue-orange. It comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple that protects it while it's being shipped from, where my flashlight be, while it's being shipped from Italy. And of course, this is the RB 2132 New Wayfarer, color 789, in the 52 eye size. Now this also comes in a 55, and hopefully soon the new 58 that just come out. They don't have it in every color yet, but this is the one that I used to have my sunglass lenses in, and I'd wear the blue rubber and then the blue crystal. But this is a fun color. Let me pop out the original demo lenses, the heavy glass lenses. I'll put those on the counter, put the frame into the tracing element of my blocker. But first, I need to program this shape into the computer. So let me, although I really don't need to, because this one cuts so easily, and I can always use mine as a template. But let's go ahead and put that on there for now. I'm going to barcode this in there. Your Secret Agent 1953. I'm going to hit start, and a little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear, single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they're prescription or not. Troy, you know you need prescription. So we're going to move on to the next screen. That is the shape that I will be cutting, only magnified. Let me minify it down to real size, that green outline. Let's go ahead and put your pupillary distance in, which is 67 for both eyes. Divided by 2 is 33.5. The computer starts at 32.5. So I'm going to tap this plus button twice. It goes up in half millimeter increments. I do want to raise the optical center up 3 millimeters to 22. Let me make a note of that. I'm going to go 3 above and cut it at 22 millimeters. Now your right eye reads plus 1.25 minus 1.25 at 100. Let's turn the axis wheel to 100. Make sure everything is on 0. Yes, it is. Plus 1.25 minus 1.25. That's that lens. Take everything out of the original packet as it comes to me. It comes with a little laminate on the front of the lens to protect the front of the lens, so while doing shipping nothing could possibly rub against it. Pull that off. Put the power drum on, plus 1.25. I'm going to put it in over the dot. Check the power. Actually, you're plano on that meridian, so bring everything back to plus 1.25. Check everything. Hard to find the center of the lens when the power is plano. I literally can move it back and forth and get the same power all over. Gets a little tricky, but I'm up for the job. The man with the plan. I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses, of which are light, so I'm going to darken those. 11, 12, 71. And I mathed wrong. But let's put an R on there for a right. No, my caffeine hasn't worn off. The other thing I like to do, so you know you're getting the original packets, your right lens is plus 1.25 minus 1.25 at 100, plus 1.25 minus 1.25. These are the Transitions T Generation 8 Gray with Crizal Alize. This is, always do it in red, I don't know why, but it's easier for you guys to see when you get it. The right lens. Let's do the same thing now. We're going to take Your left lens plus 50 minus 1, plus 50 minus 1 at 75. Turn the axis wheel to 75. Take the lens out of the protective sleeve. Take the laminate off the front of the lens. Add it to my collection. Am I a pack rat? Do I like to collect things? Yes. Yes, I do. The correct answer is yeah, you betcha. Should you happen to be from Minnesota. Don't you know? Put the lens in. Did I get 75, 75, power 50, power 50? Sometimes I got to shut up and pay attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. It's not often. Every once in a while I have to pay attention. Make sure I'm doing something correctly. Put 3 dots on your lenses. Darken that so you at home can keep track of this. And I'm going to put an L on here, which is Latin for not right. Highlight this. The reason why there is minus 50 plus 1 or plus 50 minus 1, years ago, they used to put the cylinder, which is the minus portion of the lens, on the front of the lens. That was in plus cylinder, and some doctors still like to write it that way. Now the curvature is on the back of the lens. It goes from plus to minus. Minus on the back, plus on the front. Plus or minus in this direction. No, but so that's why they do that. And of course, this is the left lens. Now, if you guys miss any of that, say it with me. Let me recap. Yeah, you moan, but you'll be telling it at work tomorrow. So, okay, where am I at? Oh, work. That's where I'm at. Okay, so this is the block. Of course, I like to call him Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while they are cutting. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got 2 right here. And I'm going to stick that onto the first one. Do the same thing now for the second one. On the back is a silver button that is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm, but let me pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now I can line up the magnet. The reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented and they're just right. And so I'm going to get everything lined up just perfectly, as perfectly as I can cut it tonight after drinking all that cough syrup. It's always like to minify, make sure the lens is large enough. That is my thumb. That's my index finger. Wave thumb. Hello, guys. All right, let's make sure everything's lined up. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. Get everything lined up in there perfectly. Hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, just like me. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet. Same pupillary distance, same optical center height for the left lens. Get everything laid out, lined up. The 3 dots are on there perfectly. If they were this direction, everything would be horribly wrong. But everything's going to be horribly perfect. So we're going to hit that button. The lens is going to drop down. The arm's going to come down, put the block on the left lens. Now this is the machine that's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It's called the Edger. It's the Essilor Nexia Edger. It will cost $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone buy one, put it on a bar stool, and then you can cut your own lenses at home. You won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the ink stain on 1 thumb to cut the lenses for you. So this is the actual cutting wheel. This is residue. I should have cleaned off. I knew I was going to have company coming over. So here, let's do something different in the video. I have my little squirt bottle, and this is how I clean. I just keep squirting until that stuff comes off. I need some of that little scrubbing bubbles for the bathroom to clean in there. Usually I have a dishwasher at home, but she's here with me tonight doing paperwork while I talk. Maybe I can get her to scrub this. Put on a little sexy outfit and clean my equipment. Oh, I'm going to have to walk home tonight. Honey, you want to be on camera?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm talking junk about you. Here's your chance to defend yourself. Okay, so the cutting wheel is down here. It's going to grind away your lens material from this size to this size. This wheel in the center, that channel, that little bevel, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel, the knife-like edge, on your lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Let's go ahead and wake the computer up. This is job ID number 1953. 1953. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that. I could actually cut it really fast, but I always like to cut things on the slower cycle because of the anti-glare coating. I don't want the chuck to slip while it's in there. I'm not going to polish the edge of your lens because it's not going to be seen. That's the polishing wheel. It can take the night off. And I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of your lens. I'm only going to put a safety bevel on the rear concave surface of your lens. So let me press the block on there firmly. Now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to attach itself to another magnet in the chuck. Or by now, you know, I like to call it the Charles because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Yeah, I know, you moan, and you won't be telling that joke at work tomorrow. Hit the green arrow with the start. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 wide styluses, making sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame first time around. And you can see as it's doing that. And then second time around, the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which I will predict now that you will have none. I'm going to go out on a limb, make a controversial statement, but you're not going to have any edge thickness with your frame in this prescription. There, I've said it. I'm making a stand. I don't know where I find the courage, but someone's got to stand up and say things. Speaking of which, it is courage that makes you stand up and speak. This is a quote from Winston Churchill, by the way. Courage is what makes you stand up and speak, but it's also courage that makes you sit down and listen. Very wise man. So the lens is on the cutting wheel. The water you see in the background is there to catch the optical sawdust as it is ejected from the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high index plastic, and Trivex lenses cut wet, meaning the water sprays on there. Water don't be spraying on these lenses except for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form on the edge of the lens. You see it? Can you see it up there, the little schwarf? Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which are 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high impact ballistics grade lenses, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. And hang on, sorry, I was checking my watch, see who's mailing me. And it also has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. It also has transition lenses, Generation 8, have 30 to 40% of the ability to block harmful blue light emitted from today's electronic devices, such as cell phones, computers, tablets, all that stuff. And you also have the Crizal Alize. Now, Crizal is 3 features in one. It's a treatment. The first treatment is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain. But from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, to overhead fluorescent lights and such. Now, water is spraying on there, which tells me it's in the last 20 seconds. Now it's going to get the safety bevel. A very fine, very tiny wheel like that is going to go around and smooth out any rough edges left over from the cutting cycle. But the second feature is the anti-reflective coating, so it reduces reflection. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses. So it makes for much better eye contact. Plus, if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see that. Or if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see the reflection in the lens. The third feature that I like, which is the practical side, is that it takes over 24 hours to vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens, which has to be washed and cleaned and dried in between the coatings. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. Now, every time I cut a pair of one of these, every time I cut one, everyone's out of the room. I was at the bank the other day standing in line and I pooted and 4 people turned around. I felt like I was on The Voice. No, all right, I'll stop. Hello, is this on? By the way, this is color 789, which is the punchline to one of my favorite kids' joke. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9. Now, it's also the punchline to one of my favorite adult jokes. Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 is a registered 6 offender. Okay, all right, I'll stop. But what's special about this, these lenses fit perfectly every time. I never need to take it down 1/10 of a millimeter. Wait, it doesn't fit. Oh, let's try it this way. Okay, so tuck it in at the outside corner, push down the nose. It snaps in so easily. This frame, not this particular color, this model number is what made me start selling glasses online. When I first built my website, look at that shape. When I first built my website, this was the only frame I had offered because I figured people could go and try it on. I was a little skeptical when I built this 6 years ago. Why would someone buy a pair of glasses online without trying them on? So I picked the second most famous pair of glasses in the world. This is the new Wayfarer. The original Wayfarer has been made since 1952. This has been made since 1992 and has undergone very little change in all that time. At one point in the early 90s, they put a little spring hinge on there, but it made them splay outward over time, so they took that out so it would hold its shape better. Take that off, dry that off, add to my sticker collection. Let's add these to my sticker collection too. And then we'll put this on top, and then we'll make a little cherry on top of that. No, okay, let me get serious. What, me get serious? Never. Oh, one of these stuck to the thing. Give me that back, give me that back. I'm never going to get any work done. So, where was I at? Oh yeah, the lens. So, these fit perfectly every time. I never have to worry about it. So, I started slowly, gradually adding more stuff to the website. Truth be told, my wife is the one who adds the inventory to the website. I cut the lenses, I ship them, she adds the inventory. 3 messages since I've been working here. I need to quit working and get back on the computer. So let's go ahead and start cutting the left lens. Flip that over to L. Press that on there firmly. Now the magnet's going to go into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, or tonight I will call it the Troy. Hit the green start button. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens again will be traced by the 2 white styluses, making sure it's large enough to fit into the left side of the frame. And you can see it's just going around tracing the shape of the left side. And then again measuring the thickness to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which, you ready for my prediction? None. Nothing. You got nothing there, Troy. No edge thickness whatsoever. How could I ever foresee that coming? I guess because I've done this before and I know what I'm doing. That might be a giveaway. So we're going to turn from the axis wheel back to 100, which corresponds to the axis of your astigmatism. We're going to put it in above that black dot. And when I read the power, I don't see, oh, I do see something. I'm just teasing. We're getting 1 1/4 in the black, going away from 0. We're going to pass 1, and the first tick mark past 1 because you are farsighted. That's why there is a plus sign. You need magnification to be able to see far away better. So you have 5 steps of correction. Everything goes up in quarter increments. 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4. Now once the object, with your glasses off, everything is much too small. When you put them on, this is the correct size, but to see all the detail that is engraved in there, you have another 5 steps of astigmatism correction. So uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. Think of it as the fine-tune knob. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob from 0 to 90 to 180. We're going to turn that fine-tune knob just past the 90th meridian to 100. And now let's check that second curve. You have a plus 1 1/4 curve on your eye this way, another 1 1/4 curve on top of that, which makes it minus 250, but it's how we line those 2 curves up, and we're going to line it up at the 100 meridian. So let's check the second curvature, and we're at 0, no power. That's because if you had $1.25 and then someone borrowed $1.25, you would have nothing. That's where we're at 0. Now your left eye, you only need 2 steps of farsighted correction, but you still need 4 steps of astigmatism correction, so we're going to end up at minus 50 there. Now this frame, the RayBan 2132 in either the 52, 55, or 58 eye size, sells for $150. I did have to go up in price for the Transitions Generation 8 lenses. They cost more, but they do more. Those are now $99.99, and of course the Crizal Alize $79.99 for a total of $329.98. Now that is tax-free. A lot of people on the internet are having to charge tax now because states need their revenue. But I am in North Carolina. North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device, and there is no tax for anything that I ship. Now I'm going to open this door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just got to stare at it for a couple hours. Ironically, and nobody knows why, I can melt ice faster in the summer than I can in the winter. Scientists, Nobel Prize laureates have studied that for years, and they can't figure out exactly why that is. Just one of those great mysteries in life, I guess. So, we're going to tuck this in at the outside corner, press down at the nose. It snaps right in. Take the block off, pull the sticker away, use the back of the hand drying method. Let's use the, what is that called? Fencing drying method. Throw that back in there. Add to my L sticker collection. Turn the axis wheel to 75, which is the axis for your left eye. Put it in above that black dot. And I am getting plus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. 4 steps of astigmatism correction. When I check that, we're at minus 50 in the red. We went from plus 50 in the black. You business people out there know that. When you have a profit, you're in the black. When you have a minus, you're in the red. We're at minus 50 in the red. Pupillary distance for your eyes is 67. I'm going to turn the card around. Place the PD stick against my thumb on the right lens. When we look at it on the left lens, we're getting 67 millimeters. So that is cut perfectly. You know, I couldn't have done a better job if I had done the work myself. It's a good thing my imposter sat in. And so this is the portion of every video that as I clean your lenses, I like to mention that free shipping anywhere in the U.S. and Greencastle, Pennsylvania is still in the U.S. But when you get these in the mail, there is a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, are you ready? Dun 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 dun. I'm rocking my blue orange. Take mine off, press down. They wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. Flip them over. Oh, wait. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. So, again, here's some good things to know. If you buy any color, here's truth in advertising and sales. If you buy any color of the RayBan 2132, as long as it's in the 52 eye size, your lenses will easily pop right out and go into another color. I have one set of lenses and I pop them in over time. I had about 10 at one time, but I started giving them away. Generally, I only wear about 2 or 3 colors now, but you can pop them into any other color frame. You don't have to buy the frame from me. So my first pair of these I got in a certain college team around here, team colors, in 1997 or 1998 when I would go to the football games. My most recent color, what is my most recent? I can't even think now. I wear the blue crystal so often, but I have a white pair. But the lenses will pop in there as easily as if it was made in 2019 or 1997. So that's the reason I would put my lenses in this frame, is because my head just knows this. I wore this frame as sunglasses in another color until I actually needed glasses. Then I started putting my prescription in there. Speaking of which, let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Flip these over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure the temples overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither one is askew. By the way, if anyone is undecided, if you just need a frame, there is not in my opinion, there's not a more comfortable frame. This is deceptively comfortable and durable. People sit on them, step on them all the time. Let me straighten mine out around my GoPro camera strap. And nothing ever happens to them. I never get these back for adjustments. Even in the brick and mortars that I used to work in over the years, I would never see these come back. It's absolutely amazing how rough and tumble you can get with these things with no adverse reactions. Now, that's not a dare, that's not a challenge, but it's amazing how well these things hold up over time. You get one pair, you will be wearing it for years and years. It's not uncommon to put 2, 3, and 4 prescriptions over time into these because they hold their shape so well. Now, notice a theme. The cleaning cloths that I always pass out, I'm all about some orange. Aren't you glad I didn't say orange? You know, someone came up to me one time and says, "What rhymes with orange?" And I said, no, it doesn't. Not even close. So let's go ahead and activate these. These again are the Transitions Generation 8 gray lenses with Crizal Alize. You can get them with Avance. You can get them with Crizal Sapphire. You can actually get them with Crizal Prevencia, but I have to have those custom made. The inexpensive $99 version comes in gray with Crizal Alize, Avance, or Sapphire. But I'm going to go ahead and expose them to a strong burst. Look how they glow. Isn't that cool? I'm going to expose them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to darken. About the same amount of time now with the Generation 8, about 45 seconds to a minute to return back to virtually clear. Now, this is important. Everyone pay attention. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks are exposed. The only time they won't darken is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would normally cause the lenses to turn dark, but it does that so your dashboard doesn't crack from sitting in the sun. Now, this is the gray, and of course, on both sides of that, I'm going to sit here and keep talking while these return back to clear. These new Generation 8 are amazing. They get dark fast. They get back to clear very fast. They actually get 30% darker than what they used to do. So essentially, they're almost as dark as the Transitions Extra Active outdoors. They just don't turn dark in a car. Now, they're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. We all work better when it cools off. So, that's that. If you have any questions, well, actually, hey, like this video while you're watching. Subscribe to my channel. Did I say that right? Subscribe to my channel and like and turn on the bell so you can get notifications in the future as I upload more videos. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. On Twitter is freerxlenses. If you have any questions, you can email me directly at the contact me button on the website, or if you like to type long email addresses, you can reach me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or somewhere in there. Or you can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. I will also have a link in the description section where you can click on here and go to look at any of the color of the RayBan 2132 New Wayfarers. And again, Troy in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, thank you so much for the purchase. Hey, by the way, I send out a selfie request in every package to have your picture on the website. I would love a picture of you indoors rocking these, and then maybe one outside with the lenses dark. I also send out cleaning instructions, not only how to care for your frame and lenses, but for the premium microfiber cloth that I provide, your Crizal cleaning cloth, and your RayBan cleaning cloth, so they'll last you for years, as well as your case, so it too will last you for years. No other seller on the internet does that, I am told. But again, Troy in Greencastle, Pennsylvania, thank you so much for the purchase of the RayBan 2132, size 52, color 789, the blue-orange, with the Transitions Generation 8 gray lenses with Crizal Alize. You can see how they're back to almost clear while I've been talking. The Generation 8 are amazing. They cost more, but they do more than the Generation 7 could ever dream of. So thanks again for purchase. Thanks again for watching. And everyone else has now got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.